Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Another look at SUI, seeing what's going on. It is actually performing a lot worse than expected. And granted, this is not bad at all, don't get me wrong, but it did not actually hit or retest that 217, 218 resistance level we talked about yesterday. In fact, it wicked up to about 215 and has since pulled back to close below that 0.382 fib and effectively continue lower. So what that basically tells us is that we're establishing lower highs but also higher lows. Okay, so a lot of times these kind of patterns can play out bullishly, but I think it's a little too early to tell. Okay, so again, just kind of throwing it out there. We'll draw out, I'll post a playout chart here in a moment, of course, on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, so you can kind of see what's going on. That's all linked down below if you're curious. But what we want to look at first, obviously, is work our way down from the daily, and we'll jump into the backend data prior to that. And what we're looking for in liquidation is to kind of see if there's a heavy concentration in delta, either up or down. A lot of times that can tell us what way it's going to go, which is kind of interesting because a lot of times you would think that with a lot of people going long in the market, the price would go up. It almost works opposite there if you have that delta too high. Anyways, take a look here at the last this is 7 days left here for liquidation. We're smack dab in the middle of a pretty big range, right? So the low leverage or medium leverage longs or shorts are kind of spread out as low as 170 to 240. I don't think we're going to see either of those two things right away, but just know those are present there, basically telling us that there's more people trading this coin with lower leverage, which is very cool. I like to see that because again, these ones that are close to the price action, those are high leverage shorts and longs, and they're the ones that are more likely to get swept. I would take a look at a larger picture. There's still way more people in longs than shorts on this coin. Granted, this is a 30-day look back, so we're going to see a lot of people still in profit from 160, 170, etc. And this is one thing I like to find interesting, or usually do. Solana has a very similar chart. As a matter of fact, I just posted that here. I know you're not here for Solana analysis, but when you see this kind of delta, where it's starting to kind of cut back a little bit, the price is going up, it's usually a good sign the price should recover here soon. Basically just implying that we're seeing a shift from bearish to bullish, and it's generally favorable. So when I see an overextended, so to speak, delta, I usually don't want to short into that because it basically means that everyone's shorting and they're going to get destroyed. The price turns around, which is exactly what happened. Same thing here as well. The price is starting to go up. Delta is going down. As soon as we start seeing a large variance in delta to the upside where there's too many longs, that's when you want to consider closing, taking profit. Okay, so this basically just tells us in a lot of ways that we are probably more likely to go up than down. But as we can see here, open interest for people, ouch, 228 upwards of 232. So a lot of folks are in the red right now, probably because they trusted some person online saying that we're going to go to $3, $4, $5 on SUI this month. Now again, that's still possible, but extremely unlikely in 10 days, right? And just gotta be realistic. I know it's happened one time before, but two parabolic runs back to back are very unlikely. Okay, and I'm not even saying that we went parabolic here for SUI, but it was a pretty significant uptrend, good consistent growth, right? Not to say it couldn't happen again. It just doesn't make a ton of sense without some kind of contraction. We have to see the price pull back further before we can warrant any kind of leg up again. Just the natural laws of trading. It just, you can't do it without consolidation. Okay, so hopefully you can understand that and get the general idea of what I'm saying there. I'll describe as I can as best as possible in future videos, of course, but generally speaking, I try to just get this in and out as quick and concise as possible. So let's look at some technical data, see what's going on. We are under 70 over 50 in the RSI. Money flow index is below the price action, generally construed as a bearish sign, not necessarily meaning the price is going to drop. It just tells us we have less strength in this coin right now. And again, if you look at its history, anytime the RSI is up over 70, or correction, sorry, when the money flow index is above the RSI, you can see pretty significant uptrend, right? Like that happened from what, September 8th until October 6th. September 8th was right here, and October 6th was right here. Okay, so again, that's generally, even though we saw more legs up here afterwards, don't get me wrong, it's still a good thing. When MFI is above the RSI, it's usually construed as a very positive / bullish sign. Okay, right now we're not in that situation, so I think less likelihood of the price taking off from here, even though it still has some bullish qualities. Having said that though, MACD is diverging, stochastics pulling back, trend strength indicators coming down closer to zero line. Those are all generally bearish signs. However, always comes with a caveat here. SUI is one of the few exceptions in the market that is still above all moving averages and honoring its ascending trend. Okay, so until we break that, we have no reason to be considering this price is going to drop much further than it is in this range. We also have a pretty strong amount of volume here in the last, just say, month's worth of trading at about 205, 206, and that's roughly where the price action is at right now. Okay, that's kind of where the support comes from. Previous daily candlestick closure, point of control, a lot of reasons why 205 should be the new support, but we're going to see here soon, obviously, if that can hold or not. So the 4-hour time frame, we're above some important moving averages, but also below some important ones too. Let me explain that. I put a lot of value on the 20 and 50-day SMA in regards to trend setting. Not that they're like a perfect support or resistance level. People that say that, I think they don't really know much about trading, because generally speaking, that is not really how they work. They give us an indication of what side of the tracks we're on, right? So you see this descending trend. We were below that, right? And then we broke above the 20-day SMA, and now we're above it. Okay, generally construed as a positive. However, we're back down below it, so we can kind of estimate the fact that the price action is having difficulty establishing higher highs and higher lows, and it's probably going to go down. Okay, that's generally what that's telling us here. Being below the 50, also equally the same scenario. The 100-day and the 200-day SMA, those are more lagging indicators, just giving us the overall sentiment. And with us being above those, that's good. Again, that's more so speaks to the macro. But in this transitionary time frame, we're seeing some cracks. We're seeing some issues there where we could very well see the price pull back. Okay, taking a look here at the RSI, it's wavering above and below 15. I don't really trust that. And even though money flow index is above it, and that's a very good sign, generally more positive than negative, we have a lot of conflicting information here. We got the 20-day, 50-day SMA above us. We haven't broken 50 in the RSI. We got a MACD divergence on the horizon. Everything's kind of like letting us know we're going in both directions. So usually when you see that, you should avoid trading. Okay, then again, this is usually the case in point where a lot of folks will overtrade because they're trying to catch these breakouts that don't happen, right? Don't be a breakout trader, folks. It is not worth it. Until Bitcoin starts making a run towards 6 figures, there is no reason to consider that. Unless it's a significantly bullish or bearish market, breakout trading is a very bad idea, okay? Now again, there's a lot of confirming factors you can use that allow for you to increase the odds of a breakout. But when you have a bunch of crap like this in the charts telling you it's going to go in both directions, or some people might construe this as a blood diamond or a green dot on some other indicators. That's essentially just a conflicting information, right? So when you see a lot of good and bad things combined together, it generally implies you don't trade. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll update our playout chart, of course. I'll post. I think there is somewhat of a pattern forming here. I could be way off, but this does look like a type of pattern that generally breaks to the downside. So I don't necessarily like what I'm seeing here so far, but once more, a lot of stranger things can happen, right? So let's take a look at the hourly and just kind of give us that last bit of confirmation where we're at. Well, first of all, we've been below the cloud for about 3 or 4 hours. Sorry, maybe 2 or 3 hours rather. That's really close to a confirming sign that the price is going to go lower. Same thing with conversion line below the baseline, lagging spans free and clear. There is almost every single sign here on the hourly, like 2.5, 2.75 out of 3 reasons the price is going to go down. Keep in mind, the only caveat here, again, there's a few of those, of course, with SUI. With it being a strong macro coin, I think it's still more likely to go up in the overall sense, but in the short term, it would make more sense to go down. However, volume is dry on a weekend. We don't necessarily see a lot of awesome movements on weekends. At least lately we haven't. So me personally, I think if it's going to go down, it's going to be a slow bleed down to this, $1.95, $1 to $2 range, and to potentially bounce from there. So I'm not recommending you short this coin, but I'm also not recommending you take it long. And I know it seems really frustrating to watch this guy for 5 to 10 minutes at a time, and he's only going to tell me not to trade. But you know what? The whole point of this is to help you make an informed decision, because the best traders are traders that aren't taking trades while other novice traders are. And they're slowly destroying their accounts while we're just sitting on our pennies and waiting for the right opportunity. So please understand, there's a lot of benefit and a lot of merit to waiting for the right opportunity, okay? And this just isn't one of those. So anyways, I'm leaning more towards a short-term correction to the downside, followed by a likely continuation up. Once we see our delta start to dissipate and increase with too many longs, we're going to see the price pull back as well. So again, a lot of conflicting information, folks, and always best interest to not trade this situation. Thanks again for watching. I hope you learned something today. Comment below if you get a chance. Like, subscribe, follow, all that wonderful stuff. Join us over at Bitunix too, folks. These guys are phenomenal. The best exchange that we've ever used as a community. They provide this benefit usually every couple of months. So make sure you take advantage of this here. Just some extra bonus rewards for using the exchange that we love and trust, right? No KYC or VPN required. Check them out. Thanks again for your time, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.